Hi there, good morning, bore da I chi gyd. Lovely to be with you. My name is Huw Irranca-Davies, although I do have a first name as well, which most people don't know, which is Ifor, the Welsh IFOR, Ifor Huw Irranca-Davies. I'm the member of the Senedd for Ogmore, covering all the way from basically the edge of Llantrisant to Pyle and Corneli, and right up into the valleys, Gilfaco, Garw, and so on. And I live just up above you on the top of Maesteg Park. So that's where I live with my family.
Perfect, thank you. So now we'll pass over to someone who will introduce the class.
Yes. Hello, welcome to our Year 7 Humanities classroom. Thank you for being able to talk with us today. Hi, my name is Madam Jones. What made you interested in politics?
That's a great question, Megan. I've always been interested in two big things, politics and sport. I was brought up in a family who talked about politics and sport, mainly rugby, a little bit of football, but always politics. So my father and my mother and my uncles and my grandparents were workers. They believed strongly in trying to make society better for everybody, so everybody gets a fair chance in life, and I was brought up in that way, so I drifted into politics naturally. There were certain things that really made me political, so going through the 80s I was a punk. Most of you will not know what punk is, original punk. So I was a punk music, and punk music was very political as well. It had a real edge to it. But also we went through the miners' strike, which was a big issue throughout South Wales valleys and places like the northeast in Nottingham and Durham and so on, and that made me very political as well. So a lot of reasons, but I was just brought up with a deep love and passion for sport and for politics, and it's still with me today.
Hello, my name is Pupils. What do you think about Stranger Things?
This is the first question that's caught me out. You know, I was saying that this job is all-consuming. It takes all your time. I haven't seen Stranger Things at all. Can you tell me about it, please? Because I'm going to have to catch up on this. What's it all about?
It's about this group of friends, and they're like in the basement, and they're playing a game called Dungeons and Dragons, and they find a girl with superpowers, like telekinesis and stuff, and one of them gets kidnapped by this mysterious monster and stuff. And
Okay, does it come with your recommendation? Are you saying I should watch it?
yeah,
Okay. And what channel is it on? What platform is it on?
Netflix.
Okay, I've got Netflix. That'll be my catch-up now in the summer. Thank you.
What do you think of the idea that care homes should be free for people over the age of 85?
The care homes themselves should be free. Okay, it's an interesting one. We could do that in Wales, and we have the powers to do that in Wales now, and we'd have to find the money to do it. I'm interested in what you're saying about the age of 85 and over, as opposed to generally saying, should we provide care homes totally free for anybody who needs a care home? So I'm not sure about the age distinction. There is an argument that would say if we had the money to do it, and people need care home provision rather than being looked after in their own home, there is an argument to say that we could make that free for everybody in Wales, in the same way we've done with other things. We have, for example, in Wales, which they don't have in England, we have free prescriptions. So if you need medical prescriptions in Wales, they're totally free for everybody. It's not the same in England. We have free transport for over 65 in Wales. and so on and so forth. So it is a choice. Do I think we should do it for over 85s alone? I'm not convinced. Do I think we should do it on the basis of need? Yes. And that's actually what we are doing at the moment. So currently, if you need to go into care, and sorry, I'm going to be technical here for a moment, but there are two types of care in a care home. One is residential care, which is paying for the accommodation, and one is the nursing care. So actually, if somebody has additional nursing needs that they need, the nursing needs are provided free. The care home needs, if you do not have money to pay for it yourself, are provided for you. If you have some money yourself, sorry, this is going to be a really technical answer for you. If you have some money yourself, some of that money may be used to go against the accommodation costs of care homes. Should we provide it entirely free? Maybe, but if we did it, it means making a choice not to fund something else that we already do. It's an interesting question. What do you think about it?
Yeah,
Just for over 85s or for anybody that needs to go into a care home?
anybody.
Okay, and if we were to do that, would you be, are you happy in doing that, that then we need to make a choice not to fund something else?
Yeah.
Okay, that is exactly what politics is about. That's really good. The tough things we have to do in politics mean making political choices about what we fund.
Is there enough mental health provision?
No. The simple answer is no. We are trying to put more into this. We're trying to invest more. But right across the piece, I don't think there is sufficient mental health provision here in Wales, or frankly in England, or in Scotland. It's often an area that's been described for decades as the Cinderella service, the one that gets forgotten in the National Health Service. And yet, as we know, even coming out of the pandemic now, the challenges for people with mental health and well-being are significant. So we've got to put more into the clinical side of mental health provision. That's the, if you like, the ones where you need to see a specialist. But the other thing that we've got to do as well, and we are doing this, and hopefully you'll see it in your school as well, it's investing in the schools and the places where people live and work and spend their time, so that there are people who will provide quiet spaces where people can go. When you don't need a clinician, what you need is downtime. You need time to calm down, quiet, have a chat with somebody. Now, we're doing a lot of this work within schools, we're doing a lot of this work in workplaces, on the basis that we know the evidence says, if we can provide better support and early intervention for people, it doesn't get to a bad state. We can avoid having to call on specialists and clinicians further down the line, because we've looked after people better so that it doesn't get worse and get really bad. But no, in simple terms of mental health, acute services, mental health, the ability to access mental health support of a clinical level and that sort of thing, we haven't got enough in place. We are investing more, but we also need to do a heck of a lot more at that early intervention. Some of that, by the way, is also provided by joining up some of the local groups and organisations. We know that in general, mental health and well-being, why do I walk so much? Why do I canoe? Why do I go into the great outdoors? It's what keeps me on a level as an individual. If I didn't do that, I would seriously, I'd go berserk, I would, with the pressures of the job. Everybody needs something. For a lot of people, it's being out with other people. So things locally like the men's sheds and the hens sheds movement, which brings older people together to do stuff and to talk to each other. Even the choirs, the knitters and sewers groups and all of those things, they play a part as well, and so do youth services. So it's a whole picture of stuff that we need to do, but we do need to invest more, put more resource into it.
Yeah, those were some really, really great questions about such a range of different topics, and it was really interesting. So really well done Year 7 for coming up with all of those. And a massive thank you as well to you, you're a member of Senedd, for taking part today. That was, yeah, really interesting. So could we please get a massive round of applause for everyone for taking part.
Can I just say a massive thank you from Year 7 for your time today. We would love, I think I'm right in saying Year 7, if we could invite you to our school, Huw, at some point. That would be fantastic. So if we could get in contact for that, that would be great. Thanks.
I'd love to.
Lovely, thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Very much. Thanks for some lovely questions as well. Take care.
Bye, have a lovely day.
Everyone.
Hwyl am nawr.